Wanda is considered one of the most passionate and positive people you'll ever meet, both personally and professionally. Her inspirational mentoring, sales, and customer service training has dubbed her to be Wanda D. Hollis, the Motivational Queen. She launched Wanda D TV, a revolutionary online real estate talk show where local businesses and community leaders discuss their services, issues, and concerns. Wanda is passionate about helping people achieve their goals and dreams. She has gone on to pursue many passions, including her I Am Enough talk show, having a seat on the West Georgia Board of Realtors, author of inspirational and motivational books, and also a strong supporter of several nonprofit organizations within her community. Wanda believes that there's no such thing as bad decisions, only regrets of not making the right attempt. For speaking engagements or to book her for your next event or conference, please visit www.IamEnough365.com.
Welcome. This is the Wanda D. Hollis Show on DJ Grady Baby Radio. I heard a song just came to my mind, like I heard it on the radio. I don't know. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about. But anyway, welcome. This is that show because it's 9 o'clock. And y'all know what we do every Monday at 9 o'clock. We bring you conversations that have meaning and hopefully touch your soul, inspire your heart, and cause you to move in some type of action, because that's what we're all about. We're all about being action takers. So wake up your consciousness, open up your mind, and get ready to receive this great information. Let me see what DJ Grady Baby is up to, what he's all about. What's going on, DJ?
Hey, what's
DJ
going on?
See, I'm hearing music. I'm hearing all kind of music in my head. I don't know.
You know what? Me too. I got so much stuff in my head.
I don't know.
Hey, you ready? Are you ready?
You know I stay ready. Grady, don't play with me, all right?
Okay, I'm just gonna give y'all a little bit because I'm not trying to get flagged.
Yeah, because we trying to follow these Facebook rules.
We gonna give them that. We gonna give them that. It's all about feeling good.
All the shorties in the club, let me see you.
Drop
it down, let me see you chest.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Let me see your chest. Push
What?
it up, let me see your
Yep.
chest.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little something. And what about this?
Some.
You know what? This next song, you have to play this when you have all the kids in the car, the grandkids,
All
your
the kids, Grady.
family. Yeah. Because I know my brother's kids, when they was little, they was singing this song right here. You know, it's a family reunion song right here.
That's it.
Oh, if you got your funky bus fare.
Oh my goodness.
Coming down the street. No more dirty fast, so kind of shuffle your bitch. Get on the bus.
Okay, Grady.
Yeah.
All right, so Grady, what's been up? What you been doing today? What's going on? What's popping?
Oh my goodness. I've been
Crack-a-lacking.
You know, man, I'm up studying, researching, and I was helping my daughter with schoolwork, and she gave me a math problem. I had a flashback of school.
Did you black out, Grady?
I did. I blacked out. I said, baby. I said, she asked me about some measurements, and I'm pretty good with, as far as measurements and stuff. So I was like, well, baby, just guess something.
Was it a multiple choice? Did she have like choices, or she just
No.
Okay.
So the question was, if she had 3 1/8 liter in a cup, and Johnny filled up a cup and then made
Johnny. They don't have Johnny in there.
Johnny. He filled up the cup and made it 7 point something liter. So I was like, well, let's add that up. You kind of add the number now. So I like, well,
you was trying anything.
Yeah, I was trying anything. My daughter like, no, she already had the answer. I don't know why she playing me.
She was trying to prove that you didn't know what you were doing.
So I just told her, forget it. She said, Daddy, what would you do if you had this question in school? I said, well, if I was in school, I would take my book and slam it on the floor. And then
She should not ask you, Grady, how did that apple fall from your tree?
I don't know.
That is not the same apple.
But in high school and grade school, I just didn't want to think. You know, it was just frustrating to think. Now in college, I have a 3.9 GPA.
Okay.
So yeah, see, college is a lot easier than high school. High school was a lot of peer pressure. You know, it was
You was
rough.
distracted.
Yeah, and I
Well,
was hungry. They had some good lunches in there too.
I know you was eating up everybody's lunch.
Oh
So
yeah,
anyway, Grady, we got a big show tonight, and I'm happy to announce that we got, we got Miss Queen, the queen of all queens. We got Miss Star in the building. We got Miss Sandy in the building, and we got Miss Carla in the building, and there is a fourth person, but I don't know if she's going to be able to join us tonight. But these sisters have put together this event that's coming up. It's called Sisters Heal Thyself, Secrets of Natural Health and Wellness and Wholeness. And we're going to get into all of that, find out what exactly are they talking about, how are we whole? I was just
yeah.
playing around with that word, and Grady, don't start. Okay.
Oh
Don't
no,
even
no,
think about going over there. Don't you stay
no,
right here.
no, because I was trying to figure out how to make myself whole. Because
See,
I
I
want to
knew
learn
you
something for
was
myself.
gonna say something. I knew it. I don't want you to do that, Grady.
Well,
So what?
this is therapy.
It. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right,
Okay.
Grady. You're
All right.
absolutely right. But
But
don't get kicked off the show.
I won't.
Okay. Just don't even do it.
I won't.
So I wanna bring the ladies in individually, let them introduce themselves, give them a minute or two to introduce themselves, and then we're gonna get into the meat of things and just figure out this what this series is going to be about and how can people benefit from attending and why they are even doing what they're doing, because in a world where you could be doing 1,000 things, they've decided to give their energy and attention to helping us help ourselves. Because when I hear of heal thyself, then I know quickly I'm getting ready to lay hands on my own self. Okay. Okay. So,
Amen.
amen. Can the church say amen? Can I get a bell or
Amen.
something? Yeah,
Oh,
something
you
like
got
that.
it.
Yeah, I got my bell. So
Yeah.
anyway, let me see who's watching us. Hey, Miss Vivian, we got Miss Vivian in the building. We got G
Hey.
Clark, G
Yeah.
Clark in the
Gee. Yeah.
house. We
What's
got
up, brother G?
Janelle Harris. Y'all come on in. Tell us where you tuning in from. I know that Vivian is all the way over there in New York, Brooklyn in the house.
In the
G
house.
G Clark up the street here in Georgia, and we got
Mhm.
Janelle. She holding it down in Florida. So right now we covering up with some different parts of the world, of the planet here. And anybody come through, give us some hearts, give us some likes, share the information, and just pull out your pen and paper and be
Mhm.
ready to take copious notes. Okay, so the first person, let me see who I'm gonna bring up. Who was first to the broadcast? I think that was Miss Carla was first to the broadcast. Hey, Miss Carla,
Hi, Wanda.
how are you, darling?
I'm well. How are you?
I am super fantastic. I want you to just take a minute and introduce yourself. Just tell us where you're from, what type of work you're doing, and how long you've been doing that work.
Yes. So I am originally from Detroit, but I've been in Atlanta for years.
I'm
And
excited.
I'm known as Carla DeRosa, your wellness rock star. And so the work that I do is I walk with people on a journey to recapture their health, their vitality. I help people transition to a plant-based lifestyle using raw food as one of my tools, also herbs, essential oils, and different cleanse protocols, as well as yoga. So I'm a baby yogi. So I just started teaching yoga a couple years ago. And so I'm all about helping people find the best them and move forward naturally. I've walked with people who've come back from diagnosis that people say they couldn't come back from. And just by cleaning their body, changing their mind, changing their lifestyle. So that's a little bit about me and the work that I'm doing.
Awesome, Carla. And I'm going to just slide you to the back so we can bring in another one of your compadres. Okay.
Okay.
So, Mama Star, what's going on,
Hello.
darling?
It's all about you.
It's
It's
all
all
about you, Queen. It's all about
right.
you.
All
It's such a pleasure to see you tonight. I'm gonna give you a moment so you can introduce yourself to the people out here that's watching. You getting lots of love here on the computer. I want to know where you're from and what type of work you do and how long have you been doing that work.
I am originally from the Pacific Northwest. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I've been in Atlanta for about 13, 14 years. And I am a podcaster, a radio host. I do wellness coaching. I do plant-based cooking. I won't call myself a raw chef because I ain't all that, but I sure can put some tasty vegetables in front of you and you be wanting to slap your mama. I tell you that much. I also am a flower essence practitioner. And I go by two names. On the radio, I go by the Wellness Wizard. And then on Facebook, I go by Granny Gone Raw. So I just make magic happen. And I make it happen with food. That's what
Magic. Ain't nothing like a good magic bowl of goodness. Granny Gone Raw. Okay,
Yes,
Granny Gone Raw. Hold up tight. We got to get one of your other sister girls, queens in the house here. So, hey, Queen.
Hey, darling. How are you, Queen?
Miss Sandy Rogers in the building. I'm fighting these hot flashes. I'm telling you, they've been on me all day. They've been on me all day. But I want you to just follow suit. Tell us who you are, what you do, where you're from, and then how long have you been doing what you do so marvelously?
Sure. Thank you so much for having us on tonight. I am Sandy Rogers, and I was born in Watts, California, and I lived there until I made my transition here to Atlanta, Georgia. I've been here for 25 years, so Atlanta is now my home. I like to think of myself as a conduit for people to reconnect themselves to their own inner healing, because we all have that ability to heal ourselves, and we just need to know what direction we need to go in, be it food, be it emotional healing, some type of body movement, or whatever is required. I'm a master gardener, I'm a film producer, I'm an author, radio host, and have a lot of different avenues that I travel in with wellness, on the road to wellness. And I think one of my greatest strengths in this is being able to pull people together that complement one another, that can talk to the general audience. And we provide then a holistic approach to wellness in today's climate. So that would be me.
Awesome. I just love it. I love it so much. You touched on some things that I wasn't prepared to talk about, so I have to stay focused. The word for today is Wanda, stay focused. Okay, that's the word for today. So, Grady.
Yes.
What you got for me, Grady?
Oh, you ready for a song?
I need something. The ladies need something before they get into the groove of things.
Well, I'm gonna kick you a little something. Give y'all a little something up to date. But a little sample of a little flashback. Here we go.
Little sample of flashback. All right.
We gonna start this thing over.
All right.
Now come on. Do it, baby, dig it, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, smile, everybody.
Smile, because we living our best life.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we're not doing. We're not going back and forth with y'all. All right.
That's right.
So ladies, who want to start this party off? I want to know. I know we're here today to talk about what this event that y'all have put together, right? And what's so special about it. So I guess I want to start with the question of when did y'all get together to come up with the concept, and why do you feel like this is necessary? Anybody can take that.
Well, Wanda, I'll jump in. Also, I wanted to say that I was able to get our fourth associate on the line. So I
Okay,
have
awesome.
So Tanya, would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi,
Hey,
Wanda. How are
Tanya.
you?
I'm
It's great
super
to be here with you this
fantastic.
evening. Great to be here. Well, look, I'm going to be real quick. Whenever people ask me who I am and what I do, I tell them that I'm the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. I'm a wife, a mother of 6, a homeschooler, a wellness pro, and a mompreneur. And so I do a lot. But what I'm passionate about, just like my wellness sisters, is I'm passionate about helping other people, especially other women, regain their health and to just elevate their health to the next level. So, I consider myself the master change guru, because I come from the preventative aspect of just helping people just do some basic things to prevent them from having metabolic illnesses that plague our community. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
All right. I love that. The master, the candlestick maker. I loved all of that. So thank you for tuning in. I'm glad. And then, at any time, any point you want to jump in, if you're gonna hang out with us the whole entire time, then just feel free to just come on in here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, great. So who was going to take that question that I put out there?
About how we came together.
Right. How are we here now with this particular talk of sister heal thyself? Because you didn't say people, you specifically said sister. So why is the sister why was that put in the forefront of this discussion or this series?
Well, when we first started talking about doing this project, we were very clear that it's the woman who makes the health decisions for her family, for her parents, for her children, for her mate. And when she becomes a master healer, she's the one that the sisters come to. So this is the sister who we're reaching out to, the woman who is a force in her community, but also finds herself dealing with different challenges in her own body based on time constraints, getting on medication, gaining weight, or whatever it could be. Challenges like with what Tanya said, metabolic illnesses, and especially during this time, right? During this shutdown, it's never been more clear that our health is the most valuable currency that we have. And it's never been more clear that women in our community are suffering. And we want to be a part of that change agent because we know that the power is there. She is the seed of the community, the power of her household, and that nurturing effect is going to flood out into the community. But that is who we're talking to. We're talking to sisters. Heal thyself.
Awesome. And I know you said, Carla, that you are a yoga practitioner as well. So can you give us some maybe some tips on how does yoga help us find that wholeness within?
Oh, sure. So I was just reviewing a book called The Stress Response. It's a famous book. It's already been proven that just sitting still for 5 to 10 minutes a day can lower your blood pressure. Lowering your blood pressure keeps your arteries flexible and staves off heart disease and high cholesterol and just a whole host of other diseases. And of course, that's very counter to this Western capitalistic hustle, got to get up and work from dusk till dawn. But it is important to connect with ourselves on a daily basis. Part of it is body awareness. Like a lot of us come up with these illnesses and we're like, well, I didn't know, I didn't feel anything, right? Now it's time for amputation. Oh, I didn't know. And it's because we're not sitting down, we're not getting quieting our mind and really scanning our body. So that's part of it. Now, my personal story is about digestion and leaky gut and candida. And so one of my most favorite yoga postures, because they are prescriptive, because each posture has particular medicine.
Okay, I did not know that.
Particular glands. Yeah, so I like the squat, where you like, you know how when you're dancing and you drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Hands at your heart. And one of the biggest problems in our health, like as American culture, is chronic constipation, and it's because we're not squatting. Every place all over the planet, people squat on a regular basis. Go to Clarkston, women are squatting at the bus stop. Go to a restaurant, they might be squatting, grinding some meal or something like that, real low to the ground. And we don't use any of those muscles. They get very weak. And then we eat a lot of food that we cannot process, and it gets stuck. But the squat helps the body remember what to do.
Wow, I never knew that. And I thank you for that, because that's just broken down. So, Grady, you got a question?
Yeah, I realize, and that's why I feel bad, because I tried to exercise over the weekend and my glutes hurt. I guess it comes because I haven't been squatting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Think about it.
Tighten it up.
When they relieve themselves, they squat. Our culture, we sit on the tallest throne possible. Those muscles get weak.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sitting is the new cigarettes, according to the CDC.
What is the new cigarette? Sitting?
Sitting is the new
cigarettes. So that means it's killing us to sit.
Exactly. And look at how many of us are sitting on a daily basis on Zoom calls or sitting in traffic.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Star, for you, I know that you overcame some health challenges, reverse diabetes, and I want you to tell us about, you mentioned flower essence. A lot of people, I know I was not familiar with flower essence at all until I met you. So can you explain to people what exactly is flower essence and how does it benefit us?
Yes. When you first started the show, you spoke about wholeness, and flower essences is there may be people that are listening in that can remember back in maybe the 80s, maybe 90s, when they did sun tea, where they'd have like a big glass bottle or jug or something. They'd sit it in the sun and put a tea bag in there, and the rays of the sun would heat the jar up, and the essences from the tea bag went into the spring water. They call that sun tea. Well, flower essences is just that same process, but instead they put flowers, different varieties of flowers and plants in spring water, and allow the heat and the sunlight to bring that into a mixture that is medicine. It's plant medicine. And plants are more closely like the human body, because they have the leaves that have all the little veins in it, just like we do. We have arteries and all of that transport the blood all over. And instead of blood is chlorophyll in the plants. So you can find a plant that can reverse, heal, or whatever hole you have within your body system to bring you back to wholeness. So this is more emotional healing than anything, but the flowers don't lie, as well as your body does not lie, because the body is the communicator to where you are lacking. And so it's a very wonderful healing modality, and I just absolutely love it.
Now, how do you go about knowing what somebody lacks in terms of knowing what flower essence they should take? How do you determine that?
By communicating with that person's body with their approval. The body has to say, yes, I'll play along with you. And I use kinesiology, and speak to that person's body. They don't even have to be in the same room with me. They could be around the world.
What is kinesiology before you get too far and I lose my train of thought?
Okay, so kinesiology, another name for that is called finger testing, where you ask a question and you know do something like this, and if it goes, if you're
Like it opens and
yeah, so if it
okay.
doesn't open, yeah. So
I remember that now. I didn't know
yeah,
that's what it was called. Okay.
yeah, kinesiology. I can't even say it now, but so that's how you're able to communicate with that person's body, but you have to have permission. You can't. So I couldn't just do this practice on you, Wanda, without you knowing it. I have to get the permission from your body, which you will be the one to communicate that, you know, and I do it along with the kinesiology as well. I've never had a body that said no, that I don't have the permission, but it is absolutely amazing. I have had clients that went all the way back to them maybe being molested as children. And maybe some of them have even forgotten it, but the body knows. And from that, it has thrown them off. They have a hole within their spirit. And, you know, it's like they're walking on one leg when they should be walking on two legs.
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Miss Sandy.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your role that you're going to be playing in this Sisters Heal Thyself series? What will be your main role?
I'm going to take the lead in the detox portion of the 4 weeks series. And so each one of us, each one of the four of us have a lead role each week. So it's 4 weeks. It starts on October the 22nd. And so we'll start with detox, and then we'll talk about reversing chronic diseases. And then we'll talk about the 4 pillars of life. And we'll close up or end up with waste release. And it's WASTE and WAIST. And understanding what that waste release, what it actually looks like. And so each one of the lead speakers will take an active role in starting the conversation off. And then each one of the other team members will come in and add another component to it. And so mine is on detoxing.
Wow. Okay, awesome. Is our other partner here on the phone? Is she still on the phone?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, great. So you want to jump in there and tell us, you know, why is this such a needed and necessary event that people should attend?
Absolutely. You know, like can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So like my partners have said, you know, one of the main reasons that we're doing this is because we see a need, to be honest. And so we're here to serve as that conduit. We're here to serve as the path, if you will, of how to bring, you know, women back to wholeness in their bodies, because like Sandy just said, we've all kind of gotten off track in terms of just, you know, going back to some basic things that some of us may have learned as children in terms of how to care for ourselves. And so it's important that we get back to that. It's important that, especially as women, especially as Black women, that we get back to really, you know, taking care of ourselves, and not just, you know, to be honest, it has become the cliche over the last couple of years, this whole thing of self-care. But self-care involves so much more than just, you know, stopping to take bubble baths, which is a good thing to do, or, you know, going to get our nails done, or those things like that. Self-care also involves, you know, what each one of us, you know, will be specializing in. So it involves cleaning your system out by detoxing, you know, a couple of times a year. It involves, you know, doing all that you can do to reverse any type of, chronic disease like diabetes or high blood pressure or, high cholesterol that can lead to heart attack and stroke, which, by the way, Black women lead the pack in all of these diseases,
Wow.
And then it is important that, we learn what triggers us, losing weight, because a lot of us, we put on some pounds and everybody wants to take those pounds
The
off.
COVID-19.
Sometimes you just need to know steps that we need to take to do that, and to also get an understanding of like what causes our body to, bring those pounds to us, if you know what I mean. And so that's important that we know just how these things work and what we need to do. And so then the other part is that one of the four things, honestly, that I'll be talking about have to do with literally sharing with people how to step by step take themselves to preventing preventative measures, interventive measures that will decrease their risk of contracting these metabolic illnesses that we'll be talking about, that, like I said, plague our community, but particularly plague Black women. And so I'll be talking, really getting into things like nutrition and what it looks like for you to have a nutritious plate, like literally what that looks like. As a matter of fact, one of the bonuses that women will get is a template that I've created to just help them with that, so that every single time they make a meal, it is a nutritious meal. It is a meal that's going to feed their body and their spirit and help them to be able to, release the weight, like Carla's going to talk about. It's going to help them to be able to, after they've done the detoxes that Sandy's going to talk to them about, what they can do. It's going to help them to move forward with continuing an eating pattern that's going to help sustain, a healthy weight loss for them. It's going to help them with what Star will be talking about, is like proper nutrition, so that you can reverse these chronic illnesses. And so I'll be talking about that. I'll be talking about other things that are important for us to do on a regular basis as it relates to stress reduction, as it relates to movement, because I heard the brother talk about not exercising, but sometimes we can get just stuck in, we have to do this kind of exercise, when the reality of it is we just need to move. Because when we move, just like Carla talked about earlier about squatting, when we move, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, when we move, we move.
All of these things are important, and those are the things that we'll be talking about. So that's
why
it's important that they join us.
Right. And you know what's something else that's really, really true? I think somebody said it a moment ago, is like the woman controls the household. You control the children, what the children eat, what the husband takes in, all of this stuff. So as the woman, we are really the stewards of the home, and we have to get right in order to get everybody else right. And that is, in my mind, sometimes that's the struggle. So what do you say to somebody that has been conditionally going about eating poorly and now wanting to make that change? Now you got to try to change the whole family, and the family isn't always that easy to change. There's some pushback, so how do we deal with that? And anybody can jump in and answer.
I'll jump in, because my specialty is raw food. So when I first started going raw and making raw food, my family was like, what is this? But it was really impacting my health, my digestive health, my mental health. I lost 60 pounds after going raw in a short period of time. I think it was 4 months. And my skin cleared up. I lost like all this water weight. I had cankles on my ankles, like just, and so what happened was that I led by example. I had more energy. I felt better. I was more loving to my family. And so one of my rituals was to cut up vegetables and cut up fresh fruit and leave it out. At first they were resistant. They're like, no, we didn't do this before. We're not doing this. But as I prepared it for myself, and I loved myself enough to make those changes so that I could be around to take care of them and for myself, then they just eventually started coming over. So I think one of the problems that we have is that we want to say, you know, do what I say, not as I do, right? And that doesn't work. So we have to lead by example. So leading by example and showing the joy that health brings to you, the energy that it brings to you, it's attractive. It makes people curious. What are you eating? What are you doing? Oh, your skin looks great. How did you do that? You don't have to lay it on thick. And that's why we entitled this series, Sister, Heal Thyself. Because when the woman starts working on her and she transforms her energy and she's powerful and she's positive, everybody's going to fall in line in the household. And I'm not saying that everybody's going to immediately become a raw vegan, but I'm saying over time, people will change their habits because she is the metronome. She is setting the rhythm for that house. And now my husband, he eats cleaner than me most of the time. And my children, they say they're not raw, but those vegetables go somewhere. I don't know where, 20 pounds of vegetables go every 4 or 5 days, but they're gone. So and that's another thing about labels. Oh, do I have to be vegan? Do I have to be vegetarian? No, we want to be healthy. It's about functional. It's not about labels. It's not about shaming people and saying you're wrong. I'm like, if you're eating collards, just move. If you're eating chitlins, just move those chitlins over and put some collards with it, put some raw kale with it. Like, the body is divine. And when you introduce good foods to the body, it will want that. And it will begin to reject. You don't have to necessarily restrict. You just have to introduce. So that's my recommendation when women are trying to change their households. It didn't get that way overnight. It took 400 or 500 years to develop a system that we choose to eat food with. And so it will take some time, and be patient.
Absolutely. I totally have to chime in and say amen and amen on that one, because that's exactly how it starts, Wanda. It's one step at a time. And it's for any person that's listening out here, like Carla said, don't ever beat yourself up about when you start to make changes in your life or your health. Celebrate every moment that you chose to put you as a priority and your health for a priority, because it does take time. It's not an overnight type of deal. But the beautiful thing is that you start. That's what's most important, is that you start. And just over time, like you said, you'll crowd out the bad stuff and crowd in the good stuff. It just happens like that.
And the reason, Wanda, why we're starting with the woman, the female, the sister, is that we normally put ourselves on the back burner and we take care of everybody else, like children, significant other, the job, the neighborhood, the community, the city, just everybody. And then we may take a look at ourselves. And so we want our women to become empowered with a knowledge of how they can truly make a positive impact in their life. And people of color, of African descent, we've always had the knowledge. We were always the healthiest people on the planet until we began adapting to other people's eating styles. And when we did that, then we're now the most negatively impacted by diseases, by inflammation, immune disorders, and just a whole list of things. And so if we can learn to get back to that, I believe it would be more natural, and it's not laborious and like what Carla does with chopping up the food in the morning. It just becomes a part of what we do. And so it's just that we need to remember. That's all.
Yeah,
to remember.
I like that. And we had a question. G. Clark wanted to know, does raw mean no seasoning?
Oh, thank you for that. So thank you for asking that question. One of the superpowers of the Black woman is to use seasoning to make anything tastes amazing.
Yes.
And one of the things is because, like Sandy is referring to, she is an herbalist. She understands herbs. When you think about it, seasonings, basil, thyme, rosemary, these are herbs. And these are dry, concentrated herbs. And that's why they light up our brain so much, right? Because our brain is like, wow, we're getting all these great plants. Now, back in the day, we needed seasoning like salt and things like that to keep things from going bad, from getting overtaken by bacteria. But now we got refrigerators. We don't need that. But we still crave these seasonings. Why? Because they are full of micronutrients. They are actually feeding the cells. So when I say raw, so first of all, not raw meat, not raw dairy. I'm talking about raw plants. So I'm talking about fruits and vegetables, cruciferous vegetables. I'm talking about seaweed. I'm talking about ferments, like fermented cabbage, like sauerkraut. And I'm talking about, all on the scale. Oh, nuts and seeds, beans. You can have some beans sprouted raw. So it's the combinations are infinite. And I know it doesn't sound like, and that's one of the things, like I won't be talking specifically about raw foods. And my title is the weight release, because we know that's not raw food. That's not that sexy, but honestly, it can be delicious, because that is our superpower in combining these different seasonings. And so that's very important, because people will have food that's very medicinal and they'll be turned off, but it is important to season our raw plant food. And when I mean raw, technically it's that it hasn't been heated up to over 115 degrees, because honestly, once we heat up food over 115 degrees, and boiling is 212 Fahrenheit, right? We are killing most of the vitamins and all of the enzymes. And enzymes are the metabolic keys that allow us to absorb it. So, just like we don't go and scramble up and chop up and cook all of our apples, we know that a raw apple is good. We even say an apple a day keep the doctors away. We know this. But if you think about our food, when you go to the supermarket, 90% of the supermarket is processed. It's been cooked, squeezed, fattened, colored, preserved, salted, turned, and put in plastic, right? Mm-hmm. We just have 10% of little, produce. But we want to reverse that. And that will feed the body, will feed the cells, and it will help people actually get a longer life, more vitality. And that's what happened to me. I mean, honestly, I was sleeping 20 hours a day. I had a health crisis, and I was plant-based. Like, I considered myself a vegetarian, but eating processed foods, going to these big box stores, getting these big cans and bags, that's not it. That will not sustain us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a question. For like mental health and wellness for women that have that are going through post-pregnancy, or what's called postpartum or post-pregnancy, how can your program help those ladies that especially through mental state, they're going through the change, with the body change and also with the diet change?
Well, that's one area. That's one area.
Especially as a mother of 6, I've been there before, and one of the things that I think what we're doing can help women who are suffering with postpartum, or who are kind of in it and going in and out of it, is that first and foremost, one of our biggest messages with what we're doing is letting women know that they are important. It is important that they take care of themselves. They are worthy. They are so worthy to be able to say, hey, this is mommy time, and not feel, because a lot of the times, when women go through postpartum, part of it is we have guilt about, making ourselves important, making ourselves, worthy of taking care of ourselves. And so one of the biggest messages that I think we'll be presenting to women is that, number one, you're worth it. And you cannot be the best mother to your child if you're not the best person for yourself. You know, does that make sense?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It makes perfect sense. And I know, Star, you had something that you wanted to say as well.
Yes, I was getting ready to say that's also where the flower essences come in, is through, emotions and our mental state, is to help to balance that out. So flower essences is a secret powerhouse healing that not very many people know about, but it does work. Instead of spending sometimes 20 years going to the best psychiatrist in town, in 3 months with flower essences, you're straight. You're balanced out, and you're walking straight without walking to the side.
Right. And you know what is very, and we all know this. It's like we know the information, we have the information is available, but yet people still struggle in these areas that they don't have to struggle. And it's because we are flooded with wrong information, and we're also tempted on every corner, so it becomes more difficult to make these wiser decisions. So how do you all maintain, because I know you all, so I know I'm all up in your business and stuff. So, how do you have that solid determination to not turn up into those places that mean good? How do you do that?
You know what Star
I'll
and
tell
I
you,
have done in the
it's
past
always
is
been that I like feeling good
created
more than I don't like feeling bad.
Hold on. We had Sandy answering.
Hold on, Tanya.
So what Star and I have done in the past is serve as each other's accountability partner.
Okay.
And so we're also asking the women that we're inviting to bring along someone that can help them to stay on point with what their new goals are, as far as slowly changing or quickly changing. That's going to be up to the individual. We are giving the knowledge, we're giving the tools and the education so that someone can take that and apply it to their life, but apply it to their life in such a way that they will continue to use it and not push it to the side. Oh, that's too much, I can't do it. So that's how our goal is to break it down into usable pieces.
Right. And that's so powerful to get a accountability like wellness partner. I thank God for my tribe of knowing you beautiful ladies, because I know where to call when I want answers, and I want them fast. I want them now. So
Yeah, you call.
so I know that's a great decision, because as always we are always faced. And I had a workout person tell me that she told me, she said, well, Wanda, you're always going to be tempted. And I was like, she was slapping me with my own words, because I say that to people all the time. It's like, I'm not buying your excuses, but it's from a different angle. So I know that applying that accountability measures, it works the same like in business and health, and relationships. If you trying to maintain this healthy balance in life, then we have to be accountable with the tools that we have. And I know our sister that's listening in, she had something that she wanted to add. So you can jump in there and add what you wanted to add.
Tanya,
Tanya,
are you there?
Yes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What I was saying, because you were asking how do we maintain, or just try not to stay tempted, because the reality of this, even when you're trying to do your best to live a healthy lifestyle, you're gonna always be tempted. But like I was about to share, the thing is that I know for me, I like feeling better more than I like feeling sick, and just my own personal journey, that I didn't have like the chronic illnesses, but I was a sickly person. So I was just always not feeling well. And gradually, as I changed my diet and start moving and start making it a priority to just, do things to reduce stress, I start feeling better. And so I wanted to always continue to do that. And so, I always kind of like have to take stock with myself. It's like, okay, if I do this thing, the example that I always give is my mother makes the best pound cake ever. I'm telling you, Wanda, if you ever want to do pound cake, come to the my mom's.
I know about them pound cakes. Them pound cakes put on pounds, okay? Pounds. That's why they call pound cakes, because they pound on the pounds.
They do that. Hers will definitely do that. And the thing about it is, I love my mama's pound cake. But I know if I eat my mama's pound cake, my body is going to I'm going to have a headache. I know that up front. And so what I always have to weigh is, do I want a headache? Do I not want a headache? And so it's just things as simple as that will allow you to like make better decisions about, sustaining, the habits that you're creating, because you just always kind of, have to ask yourself, okay, do I want to feel good or do I not want to feel good? And if you don't, and if you're okay with not feeling good, enjoy it and don't beat yourself up about it. Just make a decision. Because we're always growing and evolving, and we're going to continue to grow and evolve. We just do better the next time. Yeah. And that's it. And that's all we can do, really.
Yeah, Wanda, I want to just completely take everybody, the listeners and everybody off the hook, because there are scientists and very powerful corporations that spend thousands of hours a year cooking up ways, trying to figure out chemistry to create addictions to void food. And they have moved from just like we're seeing in the opioid world, they got their motto from the food world. They're like, wow, they're creating their own, next generation of customers. And I read this one book, very powerful book called The Dorito Effect. And it talked about how synthetic foods have got us addicted because, again, like I was saying, how our brain can map different herbs and say, oh, garlic, I'm going to get sulfur. Oh, I'm going to get manganese from this, onion. You can make synthetic flavors that excites the brain. In fact, they're called excitotoxins. And you eat it, you don't get it. It's a letdown. So what happens? You eat another one and another one. It causes a negative feedback loop. The solution to that is we can take real spices and seasoning to the comment, the question of the commenter earlier, and put it on kale, put it on celery, put it on carrots, put it on beets, and trick ourselves back into the foods that actually support us. And these foods don't just support us. It's just kind of like what Star was saying. These foods have been around for millennia. They actually have secrets of healing in their DNA. Like carrots, they're underground, but they never hardly get infested by worms. How is that? A sweet carrot never has wormholes. But you eat enough carrot, you drink carrot juice, it will help run out parasites because it is learned over the millennia to fight against worms. It can help your body fight against worms. Beet, all the minerals. It literally, a hemophiliac, there's been documentation of hemophiliacs doing beet tops, beet greens that you can't hardly get, right? They just recently came out. And the reason why is because pharmacies have been using the beet tops to treat hemophiliacs. When we eat beets and beet tops, it enriches our blood because beets know how to gather minerals and keep them together in a stable form. So these vegetables literally teach our body how to heal itself.
I had to get the bell on that one. The spirit just came over me. Said, ring the bell, ring the bell.
All right.
You know what? Because this is the fear of scientists. This is the fear of Big Brother, is that we are awakening to figure out how to take care of ourselves. And this is why there is a seed shortage. This is why there will be a food shortage, because they know that if we can scare them into us keeping this big brother banner over them and force them to eat these prepackaged things. And because trust me, when they dropping your kids off lunch, it's not the good stuff, it's the bad stuff. So they're saying, hey, we'll bring you lunch, and even when they're giving it to the seniors, it's crap, those programs. So we are at a point in life where we can alter, change, turn around this stuff, even just through education. I mean, because you laid out some interesting points, all of you did, in terms of just for us to start being more aware. And what I hear is to be gentle in the transition of self, because when we beat ourselves up, then it becomes it's painful, and nobody likes to be in pain. I never do food challenges, I do food celebrations. My whole life is a celebration. So anytime I take on a new assignment, I deem it as a celebration, and I have been doing my plant-based lifestyle now for total all in since January the 27th, and it started out as a 7-day vegan celebration. And it was like after 2 days I noticed that my knees weren't hurting, and I said, well, I don't want to go back to my knees hurting. So I just jump up. So I have the information posted here. Are the tickets on sale now for people to get tickets? And can somebody tell us how much the tickets are and where they can go? I have 2 websites, so I'm not sure which one applies to what.
Yes, right now we're in the last, I think, 3 days of the early bird special. So early bird tickets. So imagine you get 6 hours with the 4 of us, which we have a combined over 130 years of wellness, wholeness, integrated, functional health, and medicine from a user perspective. Like all of us have reversed the things that we're working. So we have experience. It's not a specialty from a book. It's a specialty from life. And you're going to be with us for 6 hours. You're going to have a glossary of all the terms that we're going to use. There's not going to be one concept that's not going to be clear. We're going to lay it out for you. We're going to talk about detox, thriving in your life, reversing metabolic disease, and whittling down your waste by removing waste from your body, right? And all this for the early bird special of $77. The price of one meal at the Red Lobster.
That I don't go to no more. Okay.
Absolutely. There you go.
So where do we get the tickets from?
So you're going to get the tickets at sisterspeakwellness.com/REG for registration. And you'll just click on there, and there'll be many opportunities on our page to just click and get your ticket, reserve your spot. And I'm telling everybody who's registered, who's thinking about registering, it's like, bring a friend. Yes. Because eating is social, lifestyle change is social. So having, like Sandy and Tanya were talking about accountability, having your community. Yes, we're going to be your community, but you're going to need to have someone in your world, in your immediate sphere to support you. And so this is a great opportunity after on midnight, September 30th, right?
11:59.
11:59. What's going to happen, Tanya?
At 11:59 on September 30th, the early bird special of $77 goes away. And after that, the regular registration price of $97 goes into effect until September 15th.
15th. Yeah.
Well, Dot said she has her ticket.
Yes, Dot got her ticket. She was the early bird special. Yes, Dot.
And G Clark wanted us to know that there is free spring water at the Indy Springs State Park in Georgia. Did anybody know that?
Excellent.
Yeah, I've gotten that
Yes.
water before.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So he just shared that
Thank you.
information. So so ladies, I just want to, we're at the end of our time. Funny how good
Wow.
information just goes really super quick. But I have the information here for people to get the tickets right away. And I want to ask you a favor, and you could tell me no if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest that you do, but you can. So if you're available next week, I would love for you to come back in and just give us a few more tips to, kind of get everybody ready, because we just scratched the surface, but I definitely want them to have more information, so when we attend the event, they'll know just what they should come, like mentally prepared, physically prepared, and everything else. So can I get a yay or a nay?
Yay.
Yay.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
thank
y'all,
you.
y'all get a bell then. So I just want to thank y'all for
Our Facebook page
tuning in.
and join our
Tanya, you saying something? Oh yeah, so the Facebook group. Go ahead, Tanya. Say that again.
I was saying I definitely want to invite your audience to as more accountability as a tribe of women in our Facebook group, which is another community, like Carla said. Making lifestyle changes is social, and so we have over 400 like-minded women that can be right there with you. So definitely join our Sisters Speak Wellness Facebook group. And because there's a ton of stuff that we're putting out on a regular basis there.
Okay, awesome. So I don't know, Grady, did we have any comments?
I don't have my glasses on. Yes, we have a lot of comments on.
Oh, okay.
It looked like foreign language, and y'all told me to start reading.
We told you to stop touching stuff, not stop reading. So I just know that we have quite a few people watching. Deborah's watching. Thanks, Deborah. Dot is watching. We got
Miss Vivian is watching,
and Miss Lakeisha's watching. She said great information. So I just want to just thank you, ladies, and we're going to get on out of here. Everybody's please connect with them in any way, shapes, or form, because they definitely can help us get on track with our health, so we're whole, and Grady can figure out what he needs to be whole with. He's going to work on that when we get out of here.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Grady?
I already know y'all get some good
Hey,
information.
Grady, we welcome the men too.
Yes, yeah. I was thinking. I said the men you guys need to try this stuff the lady's talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
because we hurting too.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
We turn no gender away.
Okay.
Oh,
If
so
they're-
men can attend.
They absolutely can. I mean, if they have, I have a friend that's lived with diabetes for the last 10 years, and he was wowed to even think that diabetes could be reversed or cured. And this is what the general thought is from the medical profession. They want to keep writing those prescriptions.
Absolutely.
Let's put it together. So, yeah.
It's commission.
Let's make them wrong.
Let's make them wrong. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for coming by, and I'll see you next Monday with more information.
We'll be here.
Right. We'll be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you. Grady, take us out. Give us some music. Ow!
That's workout music right there.
Get up. I would get on camera and do my little boot dance.
Oh yeah.
But
remember, squatting is good. So
I know. Up, down,
Yeah.
round and round, round and round. Okay, Grady.
Yeah.
I will see you. When will I see you? Thursday?
Thursday? Yeah.
Where you gonna be at Thursday?
Thursday. You know what? We're gonna be on DJ Grady Baby Radio, DJGradyBaby.com, Grady Taylor Facebook page, and also YouTube.
Okay.
Good
So
tennis shoe.
what we gonna be doing on Thursday, Grady?
Hopefully, I got to make a phone call tonight and see if I can get one of my alumni classmates from second grade through high school, so you guys can get the understanding of where this came from. Matter of fact, this young man I'm trying to get on the show with me, this actually was our dream of doing stuff, just talking trash on a microphone at games. It's just strictly jokes. So you guys gonna see. Yeah, y'all gonna meet my big brother, my little big brother. I'm older than him by 1 year, but he's bigger than me though. So, but my little big brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and
And fitness guru.
we have the women's World Women's
Women's
Conference and Awards that we are looking for people that want to get involved in this organization. This is a global organization that's education through empowerment of women across the world. So if anybody is interested in getting more information, we are part of the Atlanta chapter here in Atlanta, but we have chapters throughout the country, throughout the world. So if you are somebody that wants to get involved with helping spread whatever your skill set is, your positive information, there is a lot of things that we want to help people with. Economics. We just had an event and it was helping our children with this transition of COVID-19 period. Listening to them, we did a roundtable discussion that went really well. Grady, you and your daughter came out, and what did she say about it?
Oh, she loved it. She had a good time, and she loved this. She was surprised that you guys asked her a question about how she felt about the COVID and everything, and I was surprised that she spoke. She normally don't speak, and she really enjoyed it. She came home, told her mom and everything how she really enjoyed herself, and and just to hear her say, we cheat on our on our test online, and the whole room just started laughing. I was just like, wow.
Well, she told the truth, and that's the thing about it is that conversation to me was so impactful because a lot of parents didn't know that their kids were feeling a certain way. And I think a lot, like what the ladies were just talking about, like that mental health, and we have to address that, and we have to keep talking about it. So that was a good thing. And we have an event coming up. I think it's on the 11th of October. I'm not quite sure, but we'll be announcing that as well. And also, we have this book coming out.
Yes.
Wake Up Winning,
right.
No Matter What, Volume 2.
Volume.
Grady, you gonna be in the new book?
Yeah, if you need me, I'm there. I got some stuff to download and unload out my brain.
You got some stuff? Okay, great. Well, Grady, you already selling, you pre-selling now already, aren't you?
Yeah. I just want to tell everybody thank you. My phone woke me up about 1 o'clock this morning. PayPal let me know, sold the book. I was like, wow. So yeah, I mean,
PayPal ain't working.
PayPal is working.
All right, good.
Made some sales over the weekend. And I want to say thank you to everybody that pre-ordered their book and everything. And hey, this is my first time around. Hopefully many more to come. And I want to just thank you, Wanda, for providing the opportunity for me to take part of this. This thing, because my whole family is proud. Shout out to Ohio, South Georgia.
In the house.
Yeah, Youngstown, Ohio. Shout out to my people in Chicago. They congratulate me or they preparing to pre-order a book. So I'm just really happy and honored to be a part of this book, man, and just to be associated with these phenomenal writers.
Yeah. Well, it's all about collectively helping raise the vibration, helping people win, wake up winning no matter what, because losing is not an option. Knowing what you want and how to get it. And one thing that we're talking about, like I'm in my season of optimum health. Okay. And I know what I want with my optimum health, and I know how to get it. So it's a matter about doing what you know that you're supposed to do, and that's a beautiful place to be. So we're going to be doing that, and then on Sunday we have the I Am Enough talk show that we're doing. We're celebrating men, so I'm talking about. I want to know from my men that's coming on, just what the power of being a man, and how we have, how we just need to bring this honor and respect back, because our men are definitely the warriors in our families and in our homes, laying that foundation, and I just want to give the honor to our men. So I'm hoping that people will tune in on Sunday night for
Yes.
that at 7 o'clock on the I Am Enough talk show.
7 p.m. Okay.
7 p.m. on the
7
I Am
p.m.
Enough talk
Yeah,
show.
and fellas, if you know any other fellas, just share it with your brothers, and we need this. This is the ladies giving us our love back, so just showing us that we appreciate it. And that's what men really want the most out of anything, just to feel appreciated. That's all. We don't ask for much.
Not much.
Appreciate it goes a long way.
Just
The brothers
appreciate.
okay. Well,
Okay.
you wait till Sunday, ladies. Y'all wait till Sunday. Wait till Sunday. On Saturday, I forgot to tell you, on Saturday I started my workout plan with my
You
buddy.
did?
Yes, I did 1.8 miles, and I did a couple of medicine ball exercises and some abdominal exercises on the football field. So my friends, they got me out on Saturday, and I'm glad, and I felt great. So it's going to be a ritual. I'm gonna work out one day a week until I can elevate it back up to my normal from back in the day, 3 times a day. So I just work out 3 times a day. Yes.
You had a lot
5
of
days a
time on
week.
your hand.
Yes, I did.
Your life was different then.
But
yeah, it was. Okay, so the last thing that I want to share with everybody before we get out of here completely is I'm doing a workshop on Saturday. And it's talking about how to journaling to gain confidence. So I'm going to be giving some tools and showing people how to do that, because I'm finding out while we're doing our 100 days to motivation to manifestation, I'm finding out that a lot of people still struggle with this area of confidence. And if we can get over certain issues, then we can go for certain goals, certain things that we've been putting out, not feeling like we're adequate enough, and all these other low vibrations that hold us back and hold us down. So I've decided to do this conference, and it's free. You just need to go register for the conference, or I keep calling it a conference. It's a workshop, build confidence through journaling workshop, and you can go register for that at www.iamenough365.com. It's simple to do. Just go over there and do that. We're going to do that October the 3rd at 4:00. So anybody, come, bring a friend. You don't have to come by yourself. So Grady, that's all my information I got. Okay. You got anything else you want to add, or we good?
Hey, make sure you guys check us out, www.djgradybaby.com. Also on Facebook, DJ Grady Baby Radio. To check out the Tisa Beatty show on Thursday night. Was it Tisa Beatty at 7 p.m. The one after dark 8. Grady. What was it? Oh, Lord, I forgot. I got so many shows. I know it's 3 shows. 10 a.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. The Grady Taylor show. 7 p.m. Tisa Beatty show. And 8 p.m. The one after dark. That's on Thursday, and on Sunday we have the Grady Taylor show. And here on Monday we do Wanda D Hollis. Y'all can check us out on the website djgradybaby.com. So y'all stay tuned for some great stuff. We're gonna have some more politicians on the show. We're gonna talk about voting, and we're gonna look into a book, a lawmaker. Have him on the show so we can talk about these laws, and we're gonna talk about the process that they go to push laws, and how can we as citizens prepare our next generation to become lawmakers, and find out what it takes to become a lawmaker. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. That's fabulous. I know we had Valencia Stovall on yesterday. Yes. That was an interesting conversation. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, and to keep growing. So DJ.
Yes.
Spin that.
Okay, here we go. You're gonna slide up out of here, you know what I'm saying? The extended version. on a party ride.
Go ahead, Grady.
And I don't know the words. Watch it. I teach you the electric slide.
Y'all have a good night.
Hey.